Good morning, Chairman. I would like to introduce Mr. Craig Caulfield, who is a shareholder.
Good morning, Ms Livingston. Thank you very much for having us here today. As you're aware, I'm here as a shareholder, but I'm also here as a founder of Bank Warriors. And you may not be aware, but I'm also an advisor to Bank Reform Now. Between Bank Warriors and Bank Reform Now, we have more than 14,000 members or followers who have some grievances with banks, or a range of banks. I do have some brickbats and some bouquets today, and I've got several questions. Of course, I'll just ask one question now. If I can just give you a brief preliminary. We're actually through, this is the 9th AGM that Bank Warriors have attended. We're just midway through that roadshow and we're raising a range of customer issues. First of all, I'd like to thank CBA and in particular David Cohen. Last year, Mr. Cohen spent something like 2 hours with us, over the sandwiches, etc., talking with a range of issues. So I thought that was fantastic. I'd also like to thank the Director, Mr. Whitfield. He was able to talk to me too, in particular around Speak Up. We have some issues, as you're aware, around the governance and the quality of Speak Up, and I'd like to take that up with you later, Mr. Whitfield. I'm a new user of the CommSec app. I compared the 4 major banks and I found that CommSec was the best of the 4 majors. And I've recommended it to 10 people so far, and I'd give it about a 9 out of 10, and I've given some feedback to the manager that was running the stand outside. So thank you for the good work there. I do know that Ms Livingston and Mr Common and all the directors, I do know that your heart is in the right place, and I do know that you all want to bring about reform and create the better bank. And I think you're doing a lot of good things. There are some things that are still being left behind. There are other issues that need to be addressed. My question and the issue that I'll mention now is a matter of model litigant. Model litigant is simply a set of fairness principles. I've engaged with the 4 major banks and others. Westpac has agreed to meet us, the delegation, so has ANZ, and so has National Australia Bank, but CBA has pushed back. Basically, they've said, we're handling it and we'll publish it when we're ready. I think you talked throughout the annual report of engaging with community groups, consumer organisations, shareholder groups. That's what we are. We were, a primary mover in instigating model litigant. We've done a lot of work for 2 years now. So it's very disappointing that CBA has pushed back on that. There's simply fairness principles, and my question is, will you provide me access to, at a high level, to the people that are involved in model litigant to provide feedback prior to your publishing?
Mr Caulfield, thank you. First of all, thank you for your acknowledgement of the areas in which we are improving. That's very good feedback because, as you know, our people work very hard. We do actually apply the model litigant rules. And that's very clearly part of the way we work. So I don't know what purpose it would serve to meet, other than to confirm that we do apply model litigant principles. But perhaps I can get David Cohen to be in touch with you on that.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Yep.
I mean, the other banks have published them and Commonwealth Bank hasn't published.
As I said, please be assured that we absolutely follow the model litigant principles. But I'll get David Cohen perhaps to come and see you after the meeting.
Yeah,
David
thank you.
being our acting Group General Counsel.
Yeah, I'll wait to have another question after everyone else has had a turn.
Good. All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, Mr Caulfield.